Good afternoon. My name is Sydney, and I'm the marketing manager for eTech Parts, located in Texas. We are a leading supplier of high-quality wireless repair parts, tools, and knowledge. It's reviewing your YouTube profile. We do believe that you would be a perfect match to do business with. With that being said, we are interested in doing a paid sponsorship in one of your videos. We can supply parts and much more. Please give me a call. 4 years ago, I made one comment on a batch of LCDs I received where the frames were popping out, and I was swiftly banned from your company, Facebook, in spite of having sent hundreds of customers that way, and in spite of handing off several school LCD contracts to you from Owensboro and more that were quite profitable. How dumb can you be to reach out to me and ask me about sponsorship after this? Kindly go fuck yourself. I will make sure to feature you in a recent video. Thank you and have a nice day. Send and close, you fucking contracts. I make one comment about one batch I received that had issues, and you ban me, and then you want to sponsor me. Suck a fucking dick. I'm gonna fix another MacBook. Here we have an 820-00281 board from an A1707 MacBook. It's not turning on. Let's try and figure out what's wrong with this MacBook. We're going to plug it in with a USB-C charger, and it looks like it's drawing 0.01 amps, but it's stuck at 5 volts, so we're not getting a 20 volts. Now remember, USB-C charger can put out 5 volts, 9 volts, or 20 volts. So this charger is not communicating with the machine properly so that it can put out 20 volts. These are the USB-C mux chips. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have one for each port, and it's supposed to talk to the charger, and it's not talking to the charger. One of the things that we need on this machine is to have 3.3 volts. That's going to come from over here. And as you can see, it's missing. You'll see that this is the USB-C mux chip. This is a CD3215. Now this chip is going to be powered off of PP3v3_G3 hot. PP3v3_G3 hot needs to be present. Now PP3v3_G3 hot appears to not be present, as we just noticed in our measurement. So if we take a look at the chip that's supposed to be responsible for creating that, for this chip to create PP3v3_G3 hot, you have to have voltage at the enable pin, which is going to be pin 10. So let's see what we get at pin 10 on the enable pin. So if we take a look over here, you'll notice that my enable is 5 volts. Okay, that's interesting. So I got my enable, but I don't have my 3v3. But now I have my 3v3. Wow, and now I'm getting 20 volts with 0 amp pull. Okay, so all I had to do is touch the chip and it magically started working again. Oh boy, random. However, PP-G3 hot is 0.78 volts. Now, I'm inclined to think that this is an ISL9239 issue because the enable must have been missing before in order... my guess is ISL9239. Here's why. The enable was most likely missing for PP3v3_G3 hot to be created. We've done at least 3 or 4 videos on this already where PP3v3_G3 hot is missing. We're only getting 5 volts at the charger because PP3v3_G3 hot is missing and the CD3215s are not getting their power. And ISL9239 is not creating the enable for it. Now, ISL9239 is also responsible for creating PP-G3 hot, which is the rail that is missing first and foremost on this machine with no short circuit. So I'm going to take a quick look over that area, see if that chip looks nasty, and then go ahead with replacing it. None of those resistors seem like they're bad. We have a history of this chip just dying for no reason. We're going to see if replacing it fixes our problem. You see how that worked? My enable was missing, and then I tapped the board, and then it was present again. Steve has enjoyed making fun of me since I like SanDisk. I I I trust SanDisk so much that I have 2 of them in my laptop in RAID 0. Alright, now we're going to let the board dry a little bit using Rapid Cool technology. Rapid Cool technology. Take the board, put it into the fume extractor, 20 volts, 1.4 amps. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fixed MacBook. And just to confirm, we're going to check and see that I get 13 volts on PP-Bus G3 hot. Ah, 12.6 volts. Beautiful. So one of the reasons that I'm doing this is it is a known issue with these machines where that chip dies for no reason. Even with no liquid damage. You could have 0 liquid damage, no drop damage, and no knockoff charger used, and the ISL 9239 dies. In earlier machines, the ISL 6259 could be killed by using a knockoff charger, understandable. Here, even with a history of no knockoff charger use, ISL 9239 dies. And typically that presents itself as not sending out the enable signal for PP3v3_G3 hot. Here it was interesting. It was being a little bit of a troll because even when it was sending out the enable signal for PP3v3_G3 hot, it was intermittent. And the second problem that we had was that it was not creating PP-Bus G3 hot. So I figured since that chip has a tendency to die, and my secondary issue happened to be a missing power rail that chip also creates, that we should replace it. I've gone over this fix several times, and the reason I think it's important, the new machines do not use the ISL 9239. So while the chip like the ISL 9239 is easily available on store.rossmangroup.com, don't delay, buy today. Free shipping on all orders over $30 within the continental United States. Same-day shipping from New York City on most orders. The ISL 9240, which is used in the 2018 and up MacBooks, is not available anywhere. Nowhere. I can't buy it from Intersil. If I contact Intersil, they're not going to contact me back. And if I had to guess, something tells me that it's one of those little wink-wink, nudge-nudge agreements between Apple and other companies. With many chipsets, they're resold, they are... You can buy it if you want to buy 10 or 20,000 of them. But when it comes to this stuff, you can't. I still cannot buy an ISL 95530 for a 2015 A1534 MacBook. That machine is 4 years old. The chip is still no longer available. And this, for the newer generations, it's been getting more and more difficult to find this stuff. And from what I've heard, some of the people that have been allowing this stuff to leak through the supply chain every now and then are now being more highly paid. Again, this is all just rumor, but and told, not to allow stuff like this to get out there. And it is kind of sad because I can only wonder how many machines have this issue for the newer model that are not fixable simply because I can't buy an ISL 9240. It's a sad state of affairs. And I noticed for a lot of the newer machines that the donor boards that we can get are actually, they're cut off over here. So they either give you the wing or the wing or the thigh. You can't buy the entire thing as one piece. I'm guessing also because they can't get the broken boards snuck out of the factory or whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's sad. Because I've had about 5 machines that were cases where all it needed was an ISO 9240 and it would have fixed the board. And I had to decline all 5 of those cases because I cannot find an ISO 9240 anywhere, regardless of how much money I'm willing to spend. And it's one of those things that you really have to think about before you put money into this product, that this much effort goes into making sure that it is not serviceable. Makes me very sad. But if anybody can find an ISL 9240, please email lewis@rossmangroup.com, 2 S's, 2 N's. And with that, I'll call it a day. And as always, I hope you learned something. Do you have a MacBook that needs to be fixed? Come by our store. which is open to the public at 186 First Avenue in Manhattan. Are you located outside of New York? No problem. Send us a machine from anywhere in the world by going to our website and clicking on the mailbox, or simply heading over to sendyourmacbook.com. That's sendyourmacbook.com, where you'll be redirected to our mail-in instructions page that includes the form and the directions on how to send us a MacBook for repair. We have a live chat where you can speak with us about the repair that you need, a phone number where a representative will pick up during our open hours, and a contact form where you can contact us about repairs.